I literally don't even know how to start this. We're just gonna start off with so let's start off with how this is gonna go. I'm speaking on this for women that can't. Back in 2022, in October, I had met this man. Well, we were working together, and I was single, and at the time, I guess he wasn't until it was kind of complicated for him. Supposedly, he had a kid on the way, but they weren't together. I won't talk too much about that because it's not my place to. I didn't think anything of it. I just got out of a relationship with my daughter's dad, and I just didn't think anything of it. It's still working. It's still working. So I was told that he was 19 and that everybody was telling him that I was 18 or something like that. I really don't remember. This was almost 3 years ago. We had this one lady, I should say, that wanted us to be together or at least be friends or something, and I was for it. But like I said, this was probably during like early October, towards the end of October. But she's been trying for a while to get us to talk and things, and I was for it. And so one night I just added him on Snapchat, and the next morning he snapped me first. The casual, how old are you? And I kind of blew his mind. I want to say I was 19, and he was 17. Or I was 20. I was 20, he was 17. And it was going to be a couple months before he turned 18. It was kind of iffy for me. Whatever, that day, October 24th of 2022, I had asked him to meet me at the square for a picture to send to our coworker that wanted us to get to know each other more. So we did. And I had my friend with me. She knows who she is. Probably not gonna name drop, but so me and her went up there, and he came up there, and we just took a picture, and we hung out for a while. Nothing to it really. And then from there on out, we hung out for I think 8 days straight. Even if it was just to come by my house to say hi, or a casual stop by after college, he did. Now, November, we went to a Rod Wave concert. We were already together. We got together in November. We went to that, and things were going good until I was being trolled by X or X's on my TikTok platform, and things started to get weird. In a girl's mind, I was overthinking. I kind of just ignored it all. I did respond once, and that's it, but it kept going on and on for about, I would say, 2 years. Maybe a year, almost close to 2 years that we were together. And then it continued to grow on Instagram. I was getting messages, comments, Facebook, finding my friends, my family. It was my old address, my number, it was driving me insane. But I kept saying and didn't respond back to any of it. So in February of 2023, I had moved out of my mom's, and I'm 20 years old. I moved out. Well, not even as long as I lived there, he moved in. Things started to go downhill. Arguing, everything above that. His dad found out. He moved back home, and then he was invited for our family trip to South Carolina. He went. It was about July of 2023 that we went. And go Otis. And so that happened, and I come back, and we split up for about a couple weeks. And then I found out during that break, that I was pregnant. Now, I will say, I know when I found out I was pregnant, we were on a little break for a couple days. And then he found out I was pregnant. And he wanted to try to make it work. And I said, I don't want that. Days pass, he comes back. Wants to make it work. So he proceeds. He grabs my phone. And I had changed my passcode because I know him. And he wanted to see who I was talking to. And at this time, it was none of his business who I was talking to. He takes my phone and he throws it against my wall, and the back shatters. And I don't know how to upload a photo, but I will somewhere. If I can't, then I don't know how to do any of that. My phone was fucked at this point, and I had messaged his dad. And mind you, I had to tell him to leave. I had my oldest daughter in my hands, and I was pregnant with our own kid, and he pushes me down with my kid in my arms, and luckily I fell to my side because I tried to fall on my side, but it happened so quick. I reacted to it. And then he left, and then I had proceeded to have my friend come down. But during that time she came down, I messaged his dad, and I sent him a picture of my phone because my friend took the picture of my phone. Like, hey, he literally pushed me down with my kid, and my phone is broken, and I had no response. And he read it, but no response. Why? But I couldn't tell you. I could tell you some reasons that I'm thinking of. One, because that's how his dad did. Or two, told some bullshit story. And I have proof of that too. Before any of this, I wanted to make it work. he always told me to get an abortion, whatever, and I didn't want to. I'm not for that. My family's not for that. So one time we were going to the Y, and they were driving there halfway. Then we got in an argument about it. Then he turns around and he tries to take me back home. Well, down the road from my house, he told me, like, a man that gets this angry, you think, because it's my body. I told him that it's my body, it's my choice, but he also said I have the right to say in it. He told me that he was going to take me to a cornfield and punch my stomach if I didn't get rid of her. Stuff the baby. I am in a car with this man and I am scared for my life. At the same time, I'm just telling him to take me home. He proceeds to drop me off. And that was that. He blew up my phone for 2 weeks that we were broken up. And I'm not saying the day we broke or had our break, I just wanted to break. But this is what made me want to go on a breakup. He went on Tinder the night we broke, was having a break. And I knew that because my friends told me. So I went and did what I wanted to do. I'm not saying I'm fucking perfect by any means, but I didn't. I'm not saying I'm innocent in this part because I'm definitely not. He might have went on dating apps, but I did probably 5 times worse than that. And I regretted it so bad that I had messaged him. The whole time he's blowing up my phone, I had messaged him and I said, look, I think you need to move on because at this point, I done fucked up everything. And he's like, no, I can work on it. Like, where are you at? Like, I didn't even tell him. I just went to bed after what just happened. So then he comes over the next day and we work on everything. Otis, come on. We work on everything. And months go by. Nothing has changed. We're going into 2024, the beginning. Otis, I move out of my apartment to go live with. He told me this whole story about how we will get in his dad's house and when his grandpa passes and like we could save money. And at this point, my whole 9 months, I did not work because he told me not to. And inside, I knew that he was going to bring it up in every argument or whatever, that how I did work my whole 9 months. And be damn sure he did. So I packed all my stuff and his stuff. He did move back in when we got back together. 2024. I'm going to say it was March. No. It was right after Christmas of 23. So I'm going to say beginning of the new year maybe. We moved to his dad's to save money. That he never did. God forbid I believe somebody. And we end up, he ain't saving money. That's just it. That's the reason why we moved there. was working 2 jobs and then down to one, and then he went to college when our daughter was born, a month or two after she was born. And our daughter was born in April. And at this point, everything was just like, I think this is the worst it's ever gotten. I want to say it had got worse. And I'm not going to say because I have trust issues. I will admit that. I was with my first daughter's dad that fucked me over more than once. And the second one, I think I rushed into this one very, very not fast, but it seemed fast. And everybody was telling me everything. You know, when you're talking to somebody, of course, exes are gonna say whatever they want, and you're not gonna believe them. And I damn sure wish now that I did. There were stories that I would tell him, like, was this true? Did you do that to her? Did you? Like, and he would deny them. I don't know if they're true on which end, but now that I've experienced most of it, I think that the girls were kind of right. So there would be little arguments. I'm not saying, but I would like, when you're in a relationship, you want reinsurance. You want that. You want to ask the same question over and over again. And I didn't like, it'd be like out of the blue asking him the same question and to be reinsured, and he had a problem with it, and it would just turn into this big argument. And there were times where I didn't even want to ask, but if I didn't, inside would feel like bottled up. And if I waited so long, I would be more angry. Or I don't even know how to explain it. But when you hold something inside forever and then you just. There was one time, I really don't remember what it was about, that we were in bed. And I want to say this was beginning of this year. Well, let's go back to like my second daughter was about a couple months old, and I don't know what it was, but, and I have proof of this, my mom had to come over because I was scared for my life, and he would not let me take our baby with me to my mom's. It's like he was arguing with not just me, but my mother about how it's his kid too, and and all this. And it's probably like 10 o'clock at night. I was scared as fuck for my life. And mind you, his dad is upstairs and act like he can't hear me yelling for my life at times. It's like, but you come out of the blue, out of nowhere, asking, what was that little thud? But you can't hear me screaming for my life downstairs. Like, I know. And I see it now. Probably why he did it. Because one time when I yelled, he had told his dad just arguing. But it was after he had just put me in a fucking chokehold that we were fine. We were just I don't know what kind of man would put hands on the mother of their children right in front of them. Growing up, I've seen it, not with my dad, but my mom's boyfriend, and I didn't think it'd happen to me ever. You just don't think that somebody who claims they love you would put you in a fucking chokehold or call you names that you're a slut. Because when we broke up, I done fucked up. We were broken up. If I'm such a slut and I sleep with, why the fuck would you get back with me after I told you just to move on, but you wanted to work on this family? Like, I gave the opportunity to leave and you wanted